there, sweetness, how goes it? I do hope that it goes well. Christmas. Happy holidays, and good day to any that don't celebrate it. Alright, did I say, hey there, sweetness, how goes it? I do hope that it goes well. Quick name of the game, if there's anything that is connective to this jingling collective. That is beautiful, and I invite you to take that ish with you. If, however, nothing here resonates, that's alright. You just leave it right where you freaking found it. It's probably a piece of information that was meant for somebody else in the collective. You should never take something off the table, or in general, that does not belong to you. Please keep in mind that time may be fluid, as well as energy. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh, yes. Yes, we fucking shall. What are we getting into? Collective messages. Whatever comes up on this lovely holiday. I was getting a message, though, that for some, it's not a very holly day. It feels like a very dark day. Some are having a day that's like, and it feels like anything that can go wrong will, is, has, is gonna. Some, it's just a feeling of a very dark Christmas. And Spirit said, and I heard God say, make them smile in the dark. So, hi. Welcome, 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 homies. Please do try to favor. Make sure you get them likes up on your way into the video. It helps the tribe grow, grow, grow. Spirit of love, truth, grace, and guidance, please guide myself, guide these messages, guide this collective. Please guide us all, always, and always. Thank you. All right, I am going to get, like, ridiculously stoned real quick. You guys see my antlers? They don't stay up in the air, though. They should be up in the air like this. You know, you just can't make them stay there like that. So I'm probably going to take this part off in a minute here, but we'll keep it for now. It's cute. All right. Pick some music. I'm going to get super, super baked, and then I'm going to do a reading. So, yeah, there's that. Show you guys some of my Christmas presents. Santa got high. Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa. Maybe, no. I'm going to go with something I know. Let's do some Upchurch. Hopefully not too loud. All right. Let's get everything packed and ready. Packed and ready to go. Is that a part of the energy? It could be like, you know, ready for a trip. Some people could be moving. Some of you could be heading home, getting ready to head home. Many of you are celebrating Christmas as it was intended, the Spirit of Christ. All right, so we have our bubbler. Let's pack her. Isn't she cute? We have our bowl. X my eyes, see the flowers all blue. Some are walking away from dark situations. You're like, you know what? Go ahead and X my eyes in this. Because as soon as that happens, you see the real flowers all bloom. That was bugging me. All right. Packed and ready. And then, this is my new baby. First time on camera. Are we ready? I love this. You gotta try hard not to pack this too tight. I did that the first time. Yes, I have the Joker Poker, but something about bangers. Oh, I just got a really strange energy about spirits that the last thing that they saw were like bangers, gang bangers, and fucking violent psychos and sociopaths. Those spirits are getting their revenge. That was a very, very odd feeling energy. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing I intended to tap into, but that's why we say our prayers and ask where we're supposed to go. Sometimes I just don't know. Do you guys, can we? Yeah. And say, can you see the elves in the background? They came to come visit us. Merry Christmas, Ryder Gemini. Welcome, homie. So thankful to see you here, my dear, my dear. So we have Mr. and Mrs. Elf over there. That is my daughter's first elf, the boy. His name is Patty because he is a Patriots elf, New England Patriots. We up in New England up here. And then I brought my favorite candies as part of the background. Thin ribbon candy, if you guys have never tried that. Oh, my dear Lord, what you waiting for? And chocolate oranges, dark chocolate. Yeah, just trying to get in the spirit. All right. So let's get in the stoner spirit and get into some card throwing, shall we? I gotta take this thing off though. I don't want to light it up. All right. For the homies. One medicinal lineup coming up. Cheers. Cheers. There's also something in that energy as I'm sitting here thinking I'm going to take one hit with the nectar collector, one hit from the bowl, one hit from the bubbler, one hit from the bong, one from each type. Last of my kind comes on in the background. There's something very significant about that. Cheers. Did I say one hit stoner? Excuse me, because we're definitely going to need that. Jingle, jingle. All right. Bowl first, maybe? What do you think? Bowl, bubbler, bong. We're going to do bowl, then bubbler, then bong, I think. Yeah. You guys want to know something I realized? If you've been following me in my story for a while, you know that I got real sick for a while. Toxin buildup in my system, the arsenic, the mold, all of this stuff, right? Well, I feel like it pretty well killed me. Like, it put a fucking end to a whole lot. I came back the other side of it, and I cough so much harder when I'm smoking weed now that it's almost ridiculous. But at the same time, it's like I cough like I used to cough when I first started smoking weed. My tolerance is I can take one hit off of each of these and be like, oh man, that is perfect. Might be just, you know, a little too over the top. But when I started smoking weed and actually when my tolerance built, right, when we get up that peak, I could sit there and smoke that bowl, smoke that every hit, smoke all the dabs I got, smoke this, smoke that, and be rip roaring like, where's more? I need more. I need more. My tolerance went, you know, and it's like something in the rebuilding of my cells and the structure of my physicality. It's like it hit a reset button somewhere, and smoking now is like, it's fun again. So there's something about that in the energy. What is something that you love and that you like built a tolerance up against being able to enjoy? And how do you fix it? 11, 11, 11, 12 on the timer when I said that. You do what you love and you love what you do. That's how you do it. One clue anyway. And then in that, there's a message about love. Do what you love what you do. Well, yeah, I smoke all the pot, all the things because I love to do it. Okay? And this isn't about smoking pot. It doesn't have to be. It could be about apply where it fits best for you, homie. Love. Friendship, freedom, self. Anyway, it's like, I gotta turn this down a second. It is like you built up the tolerance. You're like, now I've just done it so many times that it's just not even helpful anymore. It's not even fun anymore. And it's something, again, it's not something that would be destructive to me. And I mean, color me a hypocrite if you want, but there's a huge difference between alcohol, booze, spirit drinking, and smoking some weed. Although there doesn't have to be, because if you listen to me rant half the time, I'm always talking about the toxins in the weed. Or lack thereof, prayerfully. In different ways that it does and doesn't feed the body or destroy. Things like that. So, like for some, it's like, well, I built up my tolerance to booze. I'm not talking about that. That's too far in the shadow. That's too far in the darkness for me. It goes beyond shadow. Shadow's acceptable. Darkness. I'd rather find a piece of light to smile about in the darkness. It's a very like philosopher's stone. Philosophical feel. With just a touch of like playful, childlike energy. This is making me feel like Super Mario Bros. Christmas when you were a kid, and I put that in too hard. Stagnant growth. Message in that. Stagnant. Gross. No. Gotta let go of the stagnant. Get rid of it. Getting rid of stagnancy. Stagnancy could be a part of the dark. I said And I heard God say, make them smile in the dark. Something about external input. I had some external input to get on here and give some external input. Hopefully toward internal guidance. You guys cannot be monitored. Somebody's tried to dot all their I's and cross all their T's when it comes to predicting you and your abilities, whatever they are. They can't put their finger on whatever you are. You are some sort of special fucking protocol. You're an anomaly. You are the detector. You are the monitor. That's why you can't be monitored. But you can trick into letting them think they are. It's a part of your counter programming, but also counter programming is in unlearning, unearning, and unyearning, I'm hearing. Someone or many someones are very limited in their ability to encapsulate you and yours. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Like I said, it feels very philosophical, very deep. There is depth to the darkness, but I'm hearing for as much depth to the darkness as there is, there's even more depth in the light. Through the light, of the light, in the light. Messages for the collective, please. The anomalies need to know today. What are the anomalies that can't be monitored need to know? You guys are able to detect, some of you, I guess all of us are able, but I'm talking to the ones that already resonate and have this knowing of counter-programming societal intelligence, societal intellect, be it common or uncommon. I'm not sure exactly what any of this means. I'm going to have to rewatch this myself because I'm using some big words. I'm channeling some big things, some big songs, notes, channeling big notes, pointer, ET phone home. Something about the mandala effect, ET home phone, ET phone home. You guys heard about that? The ET mandala effect, mandala. There's a situation that's temporary, but even in its temporary nature, oh my, is it beautiful. And the work that it's required to come to surface for even a moment, for enjoyment, just for experience. It's making me think about, I think it's an episode of Orange is the New Black, Netflix show. And what was her name? Yoga Jones. Kind of hippie lady in the prison is talking about the mandalas and how Tibetan monks would take these dyed sands and create these patterns and these beautiful mandalas in the sand, and they would, take a picture or paint a picture of it or whatever it was and then whoosh, wash it away. so they could create a new one. First and foremost, it's making me think of my art. I do that often. I paint and paint and paint and paint and paint my heart out, and then I whitewash it and paint something else. Or color wash it, paint something else, or black it out. See what I'm saying? There's something about that. Whether I whitewash it, whether I black it out, whether I color it, some of it requires different levels of effort, but they all end up beautiful in the end, and it's all interchangeable and interwoven. It's all like I'm getting rolling moments of existence. Somebody wanted to put limits on your rolling. Now I'm getting Limp Bizkit. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. The Portal Keeper. We keep getting this. The Portal Keeper. The Autumn Mermaid. Mermaid with a black sea serpent. The song in the background, No More Sorry, Drew Meadows. Somebody's had some serious demons on them, in them, around them. They know, and they just keep saying, I'm sorry, I know, and I'm sorry, I know, and I'm sorry, I know, and I'll, but are they sorry? Do they know? And will they ... Jellyfish Portal. Storm Chaser. Our Ancient Future and High Heart Chakra. These want to come in the reverse. Ecstatic Bliss. They hit my coffee. Coffee's symbolic for motivation sometimes. Somebody's got no more motivation for half love, putting any hope into it. Collective, I feel like this is you. Not that you haven't pulled away from love before, but you're tired of broken peace. So you haven't been. But you've still been getting stabbed with other people's thorns. Somebody asked you to trust them without earning that. Alright, I'm going to get into the books here a little bit. First one we start with is that Portal Keeper. That is the Beyond Lemuria deck. Some of you are star seers and you're surrendering to what you see. Unique gateways to mystical experiences, psychic ability, raising your vibration, expanded consciousness, the Akashic records, past life ties, exploring the edges of reality for significant messages, seeing between the lines, and multidimensional awareness. As we become more sensitive and aware, we are more receptive to mystical experience. I've been talking about reception. I feel like that came up in yesterday's reading. We can realize there are overlaying realities that seem just as real, if not more vibrant and profound, than the familiar everyday one. There is a theory that space and time are constructs that allow our human minds to grasp sequences in chronological order and enable us to orientate and move forward through reality. So, right off the bat, this is making me think of the tolerance thing that I was talking about in the beginning. Okay? It's also bringing me back to that. Somebody wanted to stop your rolling. They want to fuck up your chronological order. And maybe some of them did. And maybe some of you let them. Guess what? It's okay. Pick yourself up. Dust yourself off. Ring your bells. Keep on going. Bing. In current evolution, humans are only using a small portion of their brain capacity. There's a movie called Limitless. You guys got the word limitation over there in red. Don't let limited people limit you. Don't be limited people limiting others. Don't limit yourself. Some of you have been limiting yourself from your spirit team, from God, from Jesus, from Source, from yourselves. And although it's not okay, it's okay. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, ring the bells, and keep on going. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. If we unlock our mind's potential, what would we fathom that we can't now? There's information out there that isn't real to us until we glimpse it with our senses. That puts me back to the beginning where I was like, E.T., phone home, E.T., home phone. The beings of Lemuria evolved with a different kind of intelligence. They were skilled at harnessing energy from natural and abundant forces such as crystals, the heart of the earth, and the moon. They could share complex information without words. The Lemurians operated in multiple realms at will and could disappear from human perception. Technically, they were in the same location but in an overlaying reality, a parallel dimension which could be very different. Physically advanced people can sense discarnate souls, elementals in nature, and spirit guides. They can also see information in energy fields. These perceptions, clairvoyance, clairsentience, or clairaudience, are still connected to this reality, but are examples of what can happen when we raise our consciousness or train ourselves to the subtleties of what is happening around us. In essence, now I lost it. We share our physical location with overlaying beings and energies and can raise or lower our vibration to match and enter their realms of reality. Two people in an identical environment can have different experiences. One may thrive and enjoy the opportunities of the moment. The other may see only the negatives in the situation. Here, one or both parties may be traversing realities on a micro level. These micro realms may look very similar, but the way we feel, the reflections we see in others, and the way circumstances unfold are aligned with our vibration. So it's great to be conscious of our energy and the ways we can optimize our experiences of life. Like attracts like. It is very important to keep this in mind. If you're considering traversing deeper realms, as it is an endless rabbit hole, set your energy field to the highest good and ensure your intention is primed for the places you wish to journey to. As I say that, I need to wet the whistle, prime myself, and get ready for the rest of the journey. Traversing other realms is an innate ability that we all have. Young children have this skill intact as they are not yet convinced that it is not real. Animals, especially cats, also have this awareness. It's making me think about like claws, Shanty, like it's all a part of it. People who experience hallucinations may be perceiving multiple layers of information simultaneously. In the West, this may be considered a symptom of diminished mental health. In other cultures, this openness could be the mark of a shaman or seer and considered a powerful gift. The Akashic paradigm combines multidimensionality with the idea that everything is happening simultaneously. Thus, everything that has ever been and ever will be is occurring at this moment. By changing our vibration, we can access an ocean of collective consciousness, and this highlights the significance of portals. Beyond Lemuria, but I also mixed this deck with the mermaid deck, and you guys got some of the mermaid deck. You got the sea serpent, you got the jellyfish portal. Okay, these are two different decks, but you got portal from both. Portals are gateways to other layers of reality. They can be accessed through meditation and inner practices or externally. You got external input, total different deck as well. It's all rolling, 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 you know. Externally in places such as the planet's vortices. These places are usually sacred to those who are sensitive to energies and work closely with the earth. Often where ley lines connect, portals are places where the veil is thin and unexplainable phenomena can occur. Earth's ley lines are similar to the meridian systems on the body. Chakras are also magnetic vortexes. When we tune to them and the places on the body they connect to, we can access holistic information. This oracle deck includes 10 chakra seed cards, which can activate these portals on the body. You do not get any seed cards, I don't believe. Or that might be the high heart chakra. And that is our final card, so maybe. Portals are like an opening or rip in our usual veil of reality. If you feel pulled to explore this curious and vast topic further, it is wise to seek a mentor who is confident traversing these realities. However, simply understanding that there are dimensional layers can help you see between the lines, present in the knowledge that this reality is a fraction of the bigger picture. How are you connected to your mystical self? How might you raise your vibration to access information that isn't normally perceivable? It's making me think about, like, I've been doing those little shorts lately, just to be like, I painted this and I put all my, not all, but I put a lot of creativity and imagination and, gypsiness into these things. And I wonder if people outside of me see them the way that I see them. And so I've been doing, and I'm not big on AI. I don't use it to make my art, things like that. But you can take the AI, AI thing, press photo to video. Now, I've done all the footwork. I did all the painting. I did all the art. It's mine. That's real. This, that's my painting. But I could take a picture of me looking at it and turn it into a fucking portal to a mystical realm opening up in the wall and me being like, woo, let's go. It's kind of how I feel when I get into these readings, when I get on here, when I'm, it's like a gateway. But in those things, I'm able to be like, look, I can show what I see. I see it in my mind's eye. When I look, I see those tree roots moving. I see them. It's almost like, I want to ask something like that, and I can see the flowers are talking to me. I'm not, and they're not, but it's like a mystical, spiritual experience of seeing, beyond. There's something about that. How might you raise your vibration to access information that isn't normally perceivable? So I can use that AI, which not everybody, but a whole lot of people are so dead set against, and I'm dead set against plenty of things that it does do, but a lot of the things that the people have been making it do, stuff like that. I don't know, I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, but there's something like that. How can you lift your spirits and soar into wider awareness? So that like the birds in the background of some of that, you literally, they just get up and soar off the wall, or I get and soar up with them, things like that. And it can show how I feel in my space that I've created, soar off into the sky. Like, what's your space? What's your blanket fort, homie? Where's your safe place? It's making me think of Stranger Things. If you guys have seen that or not, little boy's trapped in this icky world, and he literally hides out in his little blanket fort and stays safe in the darkness. Like, that kind of vibe and feel. But also this jellyfish portal thing is making me think, some people look at you and they're like, look at the homie all cute, and they got fuzzies and they ring bells and they run around with their incense or sage sticks like it's going to do something, they believe in God, they believe in the natural thing, they believe, and they're laughing, they're like, you're so cute, I want to pet that jellyfish. I like it. When our minds get out of the way, we can reach the bliss state of the seamless unspeakable, where the need for a linear life drops away, and we can center ourselves through a sense of eternal being. The divinatory meaning behind this card: gently explore the edges of your reality. Spend time in the forest to listen. Deepen your meditation practice. Dance yourself into ecstasy. Explore psychic tools and study new healing modalities. I'm getting for some a recovery energy, like some learning, and if they're not, maybe you're going to start looking into learning. Like, I don't need a substance, I don't need X or A or M's, any of these things to be creative. It doesn't give me my creative ability. Sometimes it actually destroys and distorts, and something about that. Coming to understand that a substance outside of the body that gets you high and all these things generally is because it's triggering something inside of the body to be released, something that you can trigger in other ways. It's like you can give yourself a flood of good hormones and chemicals by making yourself a meal, by taking a shower, by doing the simple things for yourself and knowing that you're doing it because you love yourself. Your body's like, I'm being taken care of, I'm safe, flooded with good. If you feel lacking in purpose or life seems a little mundane, remember there's never a reason to be bored. What we experience with our physical senses is just the tip of the iceberg. Magic exists wherever you care to find it. Look between the lines to limitless discovery. Look between the lines to limitless discovery. When your very last card here in this channeled, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 index cards that I channeled down before the reading. The last one in the lineup said limitation. You guys watched me shuffle these. It came out on its own. This is, as I knock myself in the chin, dot to dot, the whole picture is here. And then you look at the granular, get the dot to dot. Dot the I's, cross the T's, and there's so much just strength and beauty and perseverance and luminescence in your energy, whether you know it or not. I feel like for many, there's been a distortion of the way that you see yourself, the way that you feel your own energy, the way that you experience your life. But today, let that distortion fucking end. Let it rest. Let it be gone. Let it just fail to exist any further. Let it settle to the bottom like fertilizer for evolution and counter-programming. Yeah, ecstatic bliss. I keep getting an energy of like people learning, well, I like to get high. I like to do this. I like to do that. And it's like, well, have you fixed your, and not go crazy, you know, no medical advice or anything, but like, have you fixed your vitamin and mineral levels? Are you depleted? Are you living in fight or flight survival mode? That's why those things, you know, seem to be a band-aid on an open wound, but like band-aid it with breath work, band-aid it with meditation, band-aid it with prayer. I just got, for some, prayer is where you put it. It's where you keep it. Some are like, why isn't the sky listening to me? Oh, are you actually talking? That's for some. For some, there's an energy here of no more talking to those that are like storm chasing energies or want you to be in storm chasing energy. They are the storm. They want you to chase them, or they want to come in and cause a storm in your life and chase after you. Any of that. Unless it's in the very best of ways to counter program darkness into light, transmutation, alchemy, all things, which I don't really feel like it is. But for some, it is. For some, it's twin flame shit. I don't know. Somebody's in bah humbug energy. I just got that, like Grinchy. Somebody's mumbling some shit. They mumbling and they about to be getting the humbling. I tell you what. It's coming in with a quickening. With the quickness. I don't know what that is, but things took a dark turn real quick. I don't know if they're going to be able to smile in the darkness that they just locked themselves into by trying to lock somebody else into darkness. Where did we just take a wrong turn? Where did we just go? I don't even know. I'm going to clear that out and off and eat. Then I'm going to smoke a little bit, and I don't know. You guys want some more cards? What are we doing? Maybe. Actually, I haven't pulled any tarot. Maybe that's the thing we should do. Something about back to the beginning. In order to excuse me, reconstruct. Back to the beginning in order to reconstruct. Deconstruct to reconstruct. What is this? 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 Somebody wished some really awful, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. That all went poof on the floor. Okay, as I'm saying, somebody wished some awful shit on the collective, on the homies. It's like they didn't want you to see it through to the holidays. They didn't want you to make it to Christmas. They didn't want you to make it to New Year's. They just don't want you to make it, period. Whether that's in general, whether that's at your job, whether that's, you know, in your fucking, I don't want to say hobbies, but like your passions. They just didn't want to see you make it. In a relationship, it's like somebody just, and I feel like it's more than one somebody's, did not want to see you make it. They wanted to see you spending your whole life faking it. Or less, or worse. Or worse. Somebody has to drink their own poison that they planned for the collective, and you're being advised not to watch. Don't look. Don't look back. Don't look back, because the empathy that you feel, it might just put you in harm's way, or worse. Or worse. That energy is making me feel nauseous. Karma's a thing. What goes around comes back around. In my humble experience here, God likes boomerangs. Or doesn't. I guess. Depends on the type. I need to move on from that. Like, immediately. Immensely, immediately. Messages for the collective. What do we need to know at this time? Again, I just got back to the roots, back to the roots, back to the roots. Something about unsnarling roots, because the roots are roots. Unsnarled roots, because the roots are roots. R-O-O-T-S, R-R-O-U-T-E-S. Hope that made sense. That doesn't have to mean with shitty-ass family members. It doesn't have to mean with real awful people. But it's something about going back to the beginning to deconstruct and reconstruct with some loving, gentle energies. Maybe some that you always saw and wanted them to be a part of your future, and vice versa, but something came in between. Something made you, them, both settle for something less, something different, something else. Whatever this is, it's a very hospitable, gentle in nature feeling. Like, I just got so much peace, but at the same time I'm a little weary of it, because it just made me think of True Blood, the TV show, and Sookie the fairy can hear everybody's thoughts, and it drives her crazy all the time, and she meets this vampire and she can't hear his thoughts, and she's so intrigued by that and like lulled into a sense of security, false sense of security, like she's safe to relax around him. She's not. He was a spy. Something about somebody not letting someone speak for themselves. Somebody wouldn't let somebody speak for themselves, and they claim that it was for their own safety, for their own good, but it's not true. The person that didn't want somebody else to speak for themselves didn't want to be made to look weak. Bound to anything less than what was expected of them by some sort of societal norm or group norm. What a tangled web. Shit, what a tangled web, what a tangled web. I think that's all I got for that. Like, I gotta, I don't know. That's, something about water that seems alive and healthy and well and clean and clear, has nature in it, you know, the things that grow under the water. You can see green and this crystal clear water, but it's still water. Be very, very careful. Still water. real quick, still water has bacteria in it, like brain-eating amoeba that all it's got to do is get up your nose and it can fucking take hold of you and kill you. Or, I don't know, it might be worse to be controlled by a little worm in your brain. But something's still water. Something is still emotional. Something is still deep. Something is still... Somebody wants to claim that they still have this deep sense of emotion for somebody, for something. Something about shaking. Somebody's going to be shaking, being like, I still... Something about needing to pay attention to their heartbeat. If it's beating way too fast, then they probably don't still anything except still have a bunch of shit to hide. Something about if they're holding their breath a lot, they're probably thinking about somebody else. Something about if they refuse to look you in the eye, it's because there's guilt and shame on their behalf. If they think that you're guilty and shameful, then they're going to stare you right down. But if they won't look at you, it's because they're guilty and shameful. What the fork? Jeez, I hope I could make people smile in the darkness of whatever shit show this is. Let's smoke some more weed before I get off here. How about that? How about that? Much love, homies. I do hope that was informative, I guess. I hope that some messages landed where they needed to, because I have no idea what the fuck even just happened. What has taken place here today? I guess let me know in the comments if any of that resonates. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Merry Christmas. Until we speak again, my dears.